Amazing music track. 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 Amazing music track.
All right, let me just go ahead and do this. Go ahead and gonna hit the record button. All my mics are working. Yeah, all the mics are working. Yeah. Yeah. All right, you ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. When we last left off with Darius, you following Maggie, who had excitedly walked through the portal into what appeared to be the Feywild excitedly, saying home. She walked through, followed by Zod, Xander, Morgan, and yourself. And as you stepped into the portal, you felt the ground give way a little bit, almost like when you're going down a flight of steps and you think you've hit the last one and then there's one more. You get that feeling, and as you get that feeling, you see out of the corner of your eye a pair of hands reach out of the bag of holding that Maggie is carrying. And as quickly as they appeared, you see them grab the pair of them grab you by your shoulders, piercing your skin almost in a talon-like grasp, and yank you in. What you see is darkness, followed by like a cascading. Have you seen? You're a Marvel movie guy, right?
Not particularly, but I can extrapolate.
Did you see the last Doctor Strange movie or any of the trailers where they were like warping? Like it was almost like they were going through like different universes, like bouncing through them. It's almost like that. You feel yourself pulled, ripped apart, and smashed together, hot and cold, all at the same time. It's almost like the best way to describe it. You've been in some place with a strobe light and you've watched your hand. You know what I mean? Where it's almost like and you get the trail sort of effect. It's almost like you're seeing that. Well, you are seeing that. And it happens for what feels like an eternity. And you are slammed. What you feel next is all of that goes away. You feel normalcy. The instant before you hit the ground. Dirt. Hard. Rough. Imagine seeing somebody picked up by the belt loop of their pants and the collar of their shirt and unceremoniously like thrown out in the street is almost what it is what it feels like. Just as you hit the ground, everything sort of feels normal. The ground, the dirt in your hands feels familiar. You feel a familiar, you smell something familiar. You're dizzy, barely conscious at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You see a heavily booted pair of feet walking towards you as you're laying on the ground, just sort of, oh, and they stop in front of you. And you hear a familiar voice. Darius Oakblood? Huh. By all the gods running. And you fade into darkness. The next thing you remember, as you're coming to, you are laying in a bed. You can see bandages around where you had wounds. Your clothes, you've been cleaned up. You're laying in a cot. You can tell this from your days of being a part of the wars. You're in a medical tent. Beside you, your belongings are there neatly piled. What would you like to do as you're coming to? You can see around you, you can smell you can smell injury, you can smell blood, the iron of the blood.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see, it's not a big tent. You can see that there's one other cot. There's no nurses nor anybody in here to tend to you as you come to.
Okay. I'm going to first assess my old man physicality. Would you say I would have gotten a long rest?
Yeah, you're fully rested, fully healed.
Fantastic. I will adjust that in my notes here. Thank you. All right. Excellent. I look at my hands for my ring that I recently purchased and my belongings. I sort through them. Does it appear as though anything has been taken, misplaced?
Nothing at all has been taken. Everything is. I mean, all of your belongings were stripped up. You were stripped down.
Okay, so I'm armorless at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you were stripped down, but all of your
Okay.
belongings are right there. You were stripped down to clean you up medically.
Okay. Looking around the tent, the dimensions, do I have any others in this sick bay area in my immediate vicinity?
No, there's one other cot that is empty, but you can see, you can see the dampness of the material on the cot. It has recently seen It has recently seen a patient. I guess would be the right way to put that.
Sweat stains, blood stains. Does it smell funny?
Blood
From
stains, and you can definitely smell
traces of excrement and stuff.
insides. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like when
yeah.
people get cut open, dude. There's a particular smell to guts and the insides of people. It's not
Not
it's
that
not
I.
all it's not all roses and rainbows.
It's a new, disturbing smell to Darius, but confident in his magical protections,
Well, I mean,
he's
you've
gonna.
smelled it in your past. I mean, right?
Rarely.
But you have smelled it. You have been a part of a war party before.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to methodically don my armor, undo the bandages, collect my backpack, my spell book, my mace, or Morning Star, rather, um, and peek out the tent to see what time of day it is, if any, and if there's anyone with a friendly face nearby that I can get more information from.
Uh, Peeking out the closed flap of the tent, you can clearly tell it is nighttime. You can see the place is lit by torchlight.
Mm-hmm.
Make a perception check for me, please.
Sure. Um. I do have 60 feet of dark vision, if that is any assistance.
I do believe that should show up on your map, right?
Perception. Ooh. Terrible. That's a 4 total. I am startled
Looking
by
around,
torchlight.
I'm going to say peeking out of the tent. Something about this place looks really familiar, but you can't. With everything that's gone on in the past few days, you can't quite put your finger on it,
Mm.
and you don't see any familiar faces. You do, see, however, see looking around. Um, 1 second here.
Can I make an
Shit.
intelligence check
Totally just
to sort
fucked
of
that up.
recall specifically before I passed out in this new place the voice that I heard?
Sure.
Can I make an intelligence check or history check to sort of ping a name?
Sure. I'm going to say make a history check.
Normal roll. Yeah. 16 total.
All right. Question for you. How old was your daughter?
She was budding into womanhood a little later than most, at around 18 or 19, I want to say. I can double check character notes.
Yeah, I need an answer on that real quick before we go any further.
How long did you say she had been in Suzail?
Well, I
like
just
2
want to know how
years.
old she is, period.
Let's say 22.
Okay.
That's fair.
It's a voice you haven't heard in over 20 years. The last time you heard that voice was the day of your daughter's birth.
Hmm. Noted.
Rangar tree bark. He was a friend of yours and vowed to protect your daughter because you saved his life on the battlefield years ago. It sounds a little aged and a little more gruff, but you would clearly be able to pick that voice out of a crowd.
Okay. Nice. Okay. So, in recalling that, I step out of the tent, feeling as though I'm amongst good company.
Coming out of the tent, you can see you're in work encampment, and it takes you a minute because your perception was so low. It takes you a minute, but looking around, you're in your tribe's encampment.
Sam, the player, is actually going to take a minute.
Looking around, you are where you grew up as a child through battles and everything. This is where you spent all of your life until you left with the chieftain's blessing and started a life in Suzeo, raising your daughter. A lot of the faces looking around as you're soaking it in, some of these were but just children the last time you were here.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I told you I was going to hit you in the knickers tonight.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to start scanning faces and see if I can identify either young Gron or Crush, or heaven forbid, gods forbid, even Brask.
You don't see any of them
Okay.
in your immediate vicinity.
Okay.
You do see a couple of orcs sitting. They have cots sitting around this fire. It's almost like you're in a unit's huddle, I guess, or a unit's area, and they're all looking at you sort of curiously. I mean, you are a sorcerer and a half orc.
Mm-hmm.
You're not quite their bred and. I mean, looking around, you don't recognize any of these faces.
I'm going to. Are they all huddled or spread out?
Like if
in a
you
sense?
can see on the map, they are sitting in their cots with the fire
Yeah, in
far
the
enough
middle
away
there.
to light them up, and where I mean, they get a little bit of light and maybe a little bit of residual heat, um, but they're not huddled up by any means.
Okay. They seem like they're surveying and getting comfortable in this space.
Yeah, they're eyeballing you as you're coming out of the tent. They're all looking at you very curiously.
Curiously, they don't seem to recognize me out the gate.
No, none of them. You don't recognize them, and they don't recognize you.
Very well. I think I'm gonna give them a slight nod with all my gear intact and start making my way to further explore this overall campsite, this area, and head
Hey,
to the.
where do you think you're going? Says one of the orcs, and it'll be say this one right here. As you're starting to make your way out, it says, "Hey, where do you think you're going? And what makes you think you can walk around our camp without just all willy nilly with everything that's going on, half breed?" You are a half orc, right?
Yes,
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that I didn't make myself look really racist right there for no good reason.
I should actually double check that.
I do believe
Yeah.
you're a half orc.
Yeah, half orc. Yep. I'll reply with an air of dignity. I appreciate you mending to my wounds. The tent in there has served its purpose. I am as healthy as I've ever been, thanks to you and the aid of your brothers. I wish to be of help in, as you said, these dire times.
You should probably just hang right out for Rangar. He'll be back here in a couple of minutes. Said that when you wake up, we should send someone to go and grab him. Says you're like an important person or something.
Well,
I don't
since
see it, especially like looking like the way you do. You're like a tree person or something. Kind of orc is that? Even if you are a half breed.
a tree person, you mean a mystic?
Tree person.
Though I am as green as they come. But hey, since you thought of it first, why don't you fetch Ragnar?
Oh, the minute you woke up, we sent somebody to go get him. Should be here in just a minute or so.
Very well.
Says you're a pretty important person.
What? I like the things you're telling me. What's your name?
Clag. I'm
Say
Clag Oberstruck.
Glag Oberstruck?
Overstruck.
Hold on. Glag Perstruck?
Glag Oberstruck. Like overstruck, but OBER at struck. Not like thunderstruck, but overstruck, but not OV, but OB. Overstruck.
Yeah, that's a really good name. Well, I guess as orders dictate, you wouldn't mind keeping me company then, Glag. What's your craft?
Me?
What's your
I know
weapon?
how to
What's
work.
your?
I know how to work this battle axe really good.
I was about to ask, what is your
Really
weapon of
good.
choice?
I can take down any sort of thing you want me to take down with this thing. Recently, it's been a bunch of pesky goblins and stuff and fire newts.
You can take down a fire newt in one swing.
Took down two at once, one time.
Two at once. Very impressive.
It was a really good swing.
Where'd you have it crafted? Or is it all in you?
He says, I had one of these here blades made by Helags. And you recognize the name as one of the top weaponsmiths of the tribe. It was crafted by him
Alex,
a year before he passed.
Masters. Helags, you say?
Yes, it was a year before he passed. That was 4 years ago now.
I remember him quite fondly.
He looks at you and says, how did you know him? I've never seen you here before. And he never left the village.
Well, this may have been before your time, but I was schoolmates with Helag.
He looks at you and says, there's no way. There's no way. You're too young for that. How many years old are you?
At this, what is the year, if I may inquire?
Shit. You caught the DM with his pants down on that. Whatever the year is that you were told when you awoke. Let's go with that one. Just so I don't have any serious canon issues. Whatever the year was when you awoke is the year that it is. I do believe that is 1358. 1358.
Hold on.
Correct.
I have.
Right.
All right. Beginning of the campaign, 1351, and then we woke up. You said like 7 years later? Yeah.
1358. Yep,
1358.
Yep, he tells you that it is. It has been. Let's see. The campaign. They were 10 days in. So it has been a further 5 days to whatever the date was that. Let's see. You were 10 days in, and you would. So you're 15 days in.
From when we woke up.
From when you woke up. From the date that you were told by the dwarf and the elf in those woods The date that this orc tells you, it is now 15 days later. So the last time you ran into the party, you've lost now 5 days. You've now lost an additional 5 days
Yeah.
from the last date you remember.
So I should still be like 45 years old.
Yeah, you haven't aged a day since the last time.
Yeah, that he says I'm looking too young to have known someone from like that I grew up in school with from like 30 years ago.
So you got to figure that he's looking at an orc that has not been sleeping for 10 years or for 7 years and has aged. So he is going to look significantly older than you do. Does that make sense?
Not right now, but I'll take it.
You know what I mean? Like when you look at some people and you're like, well, you know, when you look at one person, it's like, wow, you're 45, and it's like, yeah. And you see somebody else, and you're like, you're only 45, like when it's like the
Hey, you know us half orcs, we just maintain that youthful glow about us.
Yeah, he's looking at you like he just doesn't believe that you would have been classmates with this person
with such a figure as Helgas. Helagus. Yeah. Okay.
Like you might
That's
have been
fair.
the same age before you were sleeping in suspended hibernation for 7 years, but now you're not the same
Oh,
age. You see what I'm getting at here?
fair.
So yeah, I mean, and
Okay.
he's been for 7 years been living orc life. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Okay.
whereas for 7 years you've been sleeping. So if you were the same age, now he's 52 and led an orc life. He's looking a
Yeah.
lot gruffer than you, who is 45 and just woke up from a long nap.
You know,
Even though you've had 10 days of
this guy Glag is just jealous because I discovered, Maybelline and Pantene, and it kept in good shape. You know,
oh, is that what this is?
he's just jealous. No, Darius is gonna mull that over in hearing that information, and Glag, I appreciate you and your candidness for all this information, and for tending to my wounds and all. I'm awfully parched. Would you happen to have some water skins about? And yes, I'll wait here for
yes.
Ragnar.
And he reaches right onto his belt and pulls it's a massive flask. I mean, and he tosses this massive deer bladder, the water skin thing right over to you. And there's more than enough water. If you need anything, we can have some food brought right over. We was told to take really good care of you. The chief should be down in just a couple of minutes, I would think. I couldn't imagine with the urgency that we were told to take care of you and to notify him that he would make you wait very long.
Very well. I'll wait here. Thank you for the drink. Yeah, and if you guys do have some food, by all means, let's. I don't know what time it is, but I'm sure a second dinner couldn't hurt anybody. Am I right?
Well, I mean, if you're hungry, we can have something done right up. Right? Oh, wait. Hey. And he looks over and he get him something to eat. We Chief told us to make sure it was well taken care of. Well taken care of. And you see them scramble into action, all looking around, sort of confused and okay. And they all start moving around and trying to get something thrown around, especially with the fire still going, to heat up and get you something to eat. Um, if you want, you're more than welcome to have a seat in the tent, or if you want, go by the fire. I would imagine the chief should be down in just a moment.
But of course, I'm gonna find like a spare bit of wood and use it as a seat nearby the fire to really warm up from the cot, and indulge myself in whatever food they happen to provide, as well as the water. Because, resting after battle really takes it out of an older gentleman like myself.
And just a moment later, you see the familiar face of Rangar. He was the chieftain's son, the chief's son.
Okay.
Walk up to you. Or he was the chief's son, the when you were the last that you were informed 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was bright, cunning in battle, skilled with weaponry, a very formidable foe should you fight him. Different from most of the orcs, as where he seemed to favor diplomacy and seemed to want to curb the rapid expansion of orcs, which always led to bloodshed.
Mm-hmm.
Was trying to lead the orcs to, or you always saw him as a visionary of trying to lead the orcs to a life of non-violence.
Okay.
To go with the oh my god, I have it written down
To
here
go
on my notes.
along with the conquest.
There's a certain route that orcs really thrive on. What is it? Truggles, something.
I would say just like conquest.
No, he's tamed him to. He wants to work towards more of a cooperative as opposed to a conquering. Wants to work
Yeah.
with.
Okay.
The other races and populations, knowing that war and conquest usually just leads to retribution and death.
Yeah.
And he's trying to end the cycle.
He's the one, huh? Okay.
And as you're sitting there, you see this. The last time you saw him was 7 years ago. He was still young, a child. He has grown. It's been 7 years.
Into a fine young man, I presume.
And he walks up.
Does he have a? He doesn't have a specific token, does he?
By the one cut down down a cheek from where he had been scared when whittling, and it accidentally cut his face.
Mm-hmm.
And he walks up and says, "Darius Oakblood, where have you been for the past 7 years?" You know you are a wanted man, correct? It says, as he says that, he says, "Here, you will have asylum. Have a drink with me?" And pulls from his side a flask. Unstoppers the top of it and hands it to you. You know this to be a ceremonial thing within the tribe, to be honest, to a place of no judgment. Let's just have words.
A drink amongst sons of friends. How could I ever refuse? And I'll take a large swig. But as far as being wanted, I have no honest recollection. If you'll indulge me, I'll tell you a tale.
He takes the flask from you. Takes a massive swig. I shall indulge any question you have, for you are honored among the tribe. And passes the flask back to you.
I take a smaller swig this time and proceed to tell him the events. What is it? Yeah, the events of the 10th of Tarska. From where I woke up like any other day, a town adjacent to my daughter's dwelling. How I went to the bar for breakfast and was met, and my life changed by one of my dearest friends, Thaddeus. I describe how I went on a knowledge-seeking adventure, delved into study, uncovered arcane secrets, and had a meeting place and was knocked out by vagabonds. My then best friend both slain and betrayed me, and how I awoke in a chamber amongst 5 other compatriots.
4 other compatriots.
4 other compatriots. Bewildered, confused, lost, and in a different dimension, apparently. And our struggle to survive over the next couple days.
That is quite the story.
I tell you now, Ragnar, there is something larger than me, us, the tribe, or even this very realm afoot. I don't know what it is, but I trust others are working to unbind it and repel its evil away, and I have to be a part of it. And if my presence here is...
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
something larger than us, then the realm is afoot, spreading evil. And I know that others, aside from myself, are winding up to fend against it. And as much as I've missed you, and I've missed this life, I found a purpose in it. I have to be one of the ones to fight against this force. Will you support me? How can I help?
He looks at you almost with disbelief.
I keep a stern, solemn, knowledgeable face. That my words ring with more truth than he realizes in this moment.
Make a. I'm going to allow you either a performance or a persuasion on that. And I'll grant you, just because the way you sold that right there, I'm going to grant you a +2 to whatever you roll for DM inspiration. Just because that actually sounded sort of heartfelt.
So I'm gonna pick persuasion. Because performance, like, it was heartfelt. I'm not joking. Like, +2?
Yep.
Just a 13. Better than nothing. Could have been worse.
He says, maybe you can help. You know your daughter came here every week for 3 years. Training.
Training?
Learning. Your daughter is quite brilliant. Darius Oakblood. She keeps your name.
I've never been more proud. So much of her womanhood, her interests, her fancies, her lovers, her passions I've missed out on these past 7 years. As next in line to my name, every nuance is of a parent's utmost curiosity, I must admit.
As you say that, he stands up, he stiffens. And he sits back down. And he says, now that we've gotten more comfortable, I must ask, what do you know of the silence of the gods?
Chris, real quick, what do I know about the silence of the gods?
Nothing. As far as you know, being back on Toril, the gods should be in full communication with everybody. I mean, you just came from Toril, where that the gods are not. That is not their. That is not their playground.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean? When you were on Toril, before you were taken away, like clerics and the gods did you know what I mean? The gods did their thing. The clerics had power, and yeah.
Can I make an intelligence check real quick
For what? What do you
to
mean?
sort of connect the dots in what has happened in Toril is now happening at a slower rate in Jorel?
No, it's Aber and Toril.
Sorry. What has happened in Toril is now at a slower rate based on the time frame happening in Abor.
Yep. Just swap the worlds, but yeah, you got the same. You got the idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
I was in Abor, now I'm back in Toril.
Did you tell him that you were in Aber?
I mentioned the other quote unquote dimension, yes, but not the specifics.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make an intelligence check. Sure. Or actually, yeah, make an intelligence check.
Yeah, just to sort of,
Yeah.
as for my own character's sake, connect the dots.
Yep. And I'm gonna say you do.
Yeah, 15 total. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're able to piece together like, wait a minute, I just came from a place where the gods weren't
Right.
allowed, and now wait a minute, there's the gods have gone silent, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to expand to him over the next like 10 minutes or so, 5 minutes or so, of a quick theory that I realized
Which is what?
that the forces affecting Toril in where the gods have no communication, that there are no...
It's Abor that has no communication.
Okay.
Abor is the world you just came from that had no communication, but you're from Toril where the gods were.
Where I am now.
Yeah, you're back home.
So
Like,
I'm going
you're
to
home.
try and explain to him the synchronicities between that dimension and this one, and the parallels, and how stuff is happening, say 3 weeks to a month slower in sense of a time frame type of thing, and then express how, if there's any way of mitigating this crisis, because the world needs healers, it needs those with compassion.
He looks at you as you try to say that you're from you're from here. You went to another world, and now you're back again, and all this crazy shit. And he's sort of looking at you like,
I don't have an explanation, Ragnar, but I'm here to help, okay? How can I be useful?
well, if you're as good as if you're as good at
Look, there's a puzzle here, and there are pieces popping up every now and then, and if you turn them the right way, they fit together.
What
Okay?
I can tell you here is that you're wanted in town.
For what?
For the murder of Thaddeus.
Oh,
Him and his companions were all found with their throats ripped out.
Bullshit.
There was
Search me. How could I have torn a man's throat, let alone my best friend?
there.
How?
I am not by any means
By
passing
whose
judgment on
authority was this issued?
why the Crown Guard.
The the Crown Guard. Typical. Ragnar.
I tell you, like
Ragnar.
I said, you have asylum here. No one will tell anyone that you're within these walls. It's been 7 years, Darius. We all have questions. You have a
Then
wild and crazy story about sleeping for 7 years and
I have
you don't look a day older than when I saw you. You don't look like you've aged. You look the same.
Ragnar. If you have no trust in me,
I have trust in you. Tell me how I can help you right now. Should you try to enter town, they will arrest you.
I don't need town. I've been in the woods by myself for the past 3-4 days. I need to find my friends. I need to stop this resurgence of chaos. I need to make a difference. I need to reconnect with my daughter. And
I will definitely send word to her in town. I do have a few friends, even in this. I wouldn't call it a conflict, more like a division. All of the races, all of the peoples right now their distrust is through the roof. Which is why we have guards on the walls. Why we have units in the field. We're not trying to expand, just only defend what we have. Home is where we make it.
if you can reach my daughter, now that I'm back in a realm where I should be, can you give her this from me?
He looks at you and says, why? I'm no messenger, but I can make sure it gets to where it needs to go.
Make sure this gets to her. And I'll hand over a little bag of sand.
Okay. Is that all it is? Just a bag of sand?
Yep.
He takes it and says, I will make sure that your daughter gets this. You have my word.
And tell her, please, through however messaging means you have, that every ounce of love I send washes up on the shore within her hands.
You see him try to recite that in his head.
I'll write it down for you. I write the message down on a piece of paper.
He's a ruler and he's pretty intelligent, but he does have a lot going on, and I'm gonna. Actually, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and make a roll, just to see. Make an intelligence check. 50, and he's got a +3, so 18. So he'll definitely remember that.
Thank you, Ragnar. It's hard to be an adventurer and a father with everything that's been going on.
He stands up and he walks over and says, he leans down because he's a full-blooded orc, and so he is definitely taller than you. He leans down and he looks at you and says, your daughter's got more guts than you. But I like it. And turns and says, if you can, I will ask you to, since you have a way with words, maybe you could convince the gnolls of the Northern Pass to again release their lumber shipments down to us. With everything going on, they've cut things off. We don't know whether they've been infiltrated or have just switched allegiances. But it would greatly help us.
First, you're mentioning this.
In a few hours, it would take you to accomplish this. I should be able to send word to your daughter and have a response back. And you realize that from where you are in this orc encampment to the to Suzale, it's a couple of hours away. You know what I mean? Like what he's telling you, if he's telling you the truth, where you need to go is, you know what I mean? It's a couple of hours, and you're just going opposite directions.
Yeah.
You're rubber banding.
Uh-huh. Fair. My daughter may have more spine than me. But if I can get this done for you, then that'll only prove her greatness. Where's the camp?
He looks at you and says, he looks at you and reverently and mentions, yeah, because Ragnar is. He's old, younger than you. And he looks at you and says, amazing. I always heard rumors. My father spoke true. You do carry the honor of the tribe. And whistles. And you see a half-orc warrior step forward and says, Hector, you make sure that you accompany Darius on this what's the word I'm looking for?
Endeavor, excursion.
Envoy, this peaceful envoy to the Knoll tribe. We need their help. We need their allegiance. Only together. If the gods are silent, the races of man are only but a footstep away. We do need to work together.
Hector. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Darius.
Nice to meet you.
What's your weapon?
Mace. Love this thing. And he's got it right there on his side, dangling on his belt. It's right here.
Smaller than mine. And I'll pull out my Morning Star.
He looks at you and says, Oh, you want to have a duel to see who's better? Before we get going down the road? Is that what you want to do?
We can duel in the enemies we take down along the way to the Knoll camp.
All right, sounds good. I don't want to beat an old timer anyway in front of this entire crowd. Let's get going.
This old timer could take your father, your mother, and your grandfather all at once.
He stops cold, turns around, and looks at you and says, You better take that back.
I take it back. My apologies, Hector. Forgive me. We're traveling buddies.
You're messing with me.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This has been a while since I felt so strong and healthy, you know? Got to rest in the cot. Got a job to do. Perks up a man's spirit.
Well, shit, now I'm gonna get my names all fucked up.
I was talking to Hector.
Yeah, that was Hector, but the
Ragnar?
Yeah, Ragnar looks and says, Well, the two of you should probably head off. It is a couple of hours to the north. You must convince the gnolls to release the wood back down the river. We must build an alliance. It is the only way. The gods are silent. We are on our own.
Understood.
And Hector looks at you and says, well, I'm ready whenever you are.
I am ready. Let's get this done.
So yes, setting forth along the road. This is familiar territory to you. You've been here before. It's just been years. And now you are heading in the opposite direction of the town of Suzale, away from where your daughter is. You can see, as familiar as the area is, it is different. You can see burnt and scorched and destroyed areas on your way down the path. You can see where conflict and war, scenes of battle, in the couple of hours it takes you to make your way down the road. Before you do come to shit.
Hey, Chris.
Yo. Yeah, we're
You want to take 5?
Yeah, let's take a 5-minute while I get the map loaded and I get myself recoordinated back here.
Yep.
The squares.
Also, hey, good role play.
Yeah, man, this is turning out to be a good thing, right?
I mean, I could have role played a bit more, but done the voice, but when younger people are barking at you.
I told you I was gonna hit you in the knickers, bro.
I'm excited for it, actually.
Did I hit you in the knickers yet?
I thought there was more of like a time warp thing, where I was going to be younger than expected. Like I was going to look in a pool of water and appear as my 25-year-old self,
No.
as opposed to 45 type of thing.
No, this isn't Quantum Leap.
Yeah, I thought you were pulling a Quantum Leap for a second there.
No.
I mean, that would have been interesting. Hey, I'd pull that on my players for sure. DM discretion, I suppose. All right,
let's take 5.
Yep. See you soon.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We're only an hour and 18 minutes into this. Ha ha ha! We got plenty of time.
Hold on, Chris. You said Hector was wielding a mace?
Yep.
Hmm. Guess it doesn't matter. Have I met or heard of Hector before?
You remember hearing the name years ago? He was a kid. He was a whelp when you last saw him.
Yeah.
You left the tribe 20 years ago. He was a whelp. But you do remember the name.
True. As we're kind of traveling and heading out, I want to engage him in conversation. If you're ready. I mean,
I'm ready. Take it away, bro. Let's do this. Let's jump right back in.
Run right back in. Hector,
Why, yes. Yes, sir.
So I see you only use one hand for your weapon. Does the other wield a shield?
You see on his belt another mace dangling from his belt.
Two maces.
I got another bat to hit someone with.
Proficient with, what's the expression? Dual wielding, are you?
I've been known to be able to club more than a few things.
But how
So,
exciting
yes.
would it be? How exciting would it be to club then slice?
No, I like watching everything. Let's go break and crunch underneath my maces.
Fair enough.
I mean, these
It's
things do
just,
really good work.
I'm sure you do. I just have, items in my backpack that, could do something a little different.
I heard stories about you.
Oh?
I remember when you. What was the story you carried? That what was it? Was it a bat? Was it a battle axe? Was it a battle axe? Was it what? What was it? Remember you
My,
carried something? You were a warrior in the tribes.
my first combat, they made me wield a battle axe. It didn't go well. I It didn't go well. My give me one sec. Yeah, my friend Krush covered for me and saved my life that day. As a matter of fact, Krush no Cal.
He hasn't been
Yes,
seen in years.
him neither. Hmm.
He went looking for you.
Mm,
I mean, you're all wanted. I mean, murderer, no.
I mean, compared to the tribe's reputation, is that a good or bad thing?
What weapons are you carrying right now?
On my belt strap, I just have my Morning Star, and in the inner pocket of my robes, I have my spell book and my backpack. Real simple.
Yeah, he's looking you up and down. Like he can definitely tell you're a spellcaster. And he's looking at you saying, Sly. I mean, I'm not going to judge you. I mean, you saved my father. So,
And the person that they said that I murdered,
what?
he
Well, your
was
friend Thaddeus.
he was my dearest friend.
Well, they said you killed him straight up.
He
Slit his
was
throat
attacked.
from ear to ear. Him and a couple of his close friends. One of his sons.
He was assaulted by bandits in the city streets, and I did my best to defend both his life and his honor.
And then
And
how
that's when
come you just up and disappeared?
I was kidnapped. And I was ambushed and kidnapped over this very book.
7 years.
It's a lot of time. A lot of time gone for me, but gained for you. Look at you. Look how tall you've gotten.
I have gotten pretty tall. I mean, look at me. I mean, and he shaves off. I mean, he's a very muscular orc. You can clearly tell that he is
And that physique? Have you been eating pheasants all this time?
I want to hear, you know, while we're walking, I want to hear the story of when you saved the chief.
Yeah?
Yeah, he
You want to hear
always
that
said that.
story?
That's why he said that you had asylum in the tribe. It's because you saved his life. He can't. He said he couldn't protect you anywhere else, but in the tribe you would always have asylum. Always
Hmm.
wanted to hear the story. I want to hear the story of that. How did how does one get the chieftain's ultimate blessing for murder?
I'm not going to tell anyone else but you, okay? And if you say a word to anyone else, you're going to feel firsthand what's written upon these pages here. You understand?
I promise I won't. I won't say a word.
Insight check.
You can clearly tell he is going to spill the beans as fast as he can. He is a living, walking, talking gossip machine. Like he is.
Hmm.
And he does it. He's not doing it to be like malicious or, you know what I mean. You can just tell it's like, dude, like restaurant gossip. It's like, dude, you tell one person, you can tell that it's like, yeah, dude, there's no secret. It's like the walls listen to a building. It's like, yeah, this is like one of the walls that listens and just spills everything to everybody. I won't
Hmm.
say a word. I promise.
You see, I too also made a promise not to talk about that day. So, sorry, friend. Find that story from another bard.
No.
Uh-huh. Their tales are more enthralling anyway. Forgive me.
The fuck are you doing in here? Hold on a second. Why is my roommate's cat in my room? My door's closed. What are you doing in here, Luke? Hold on one second. Come on, Luke.
That's fine. My dog's next to me on the couch exposing himself. So,
My roommate's cat.
you naughty Nelly, you.
Yeah, my roommate's cat.
Wait, are you showing him on Discord?
Yep.
Oh my gosh! Hold on. If we're showing off our pets, here's
No,
my
this is not my pet. This is my roommate's pet.
this is my hoe of a dog, just splayed
Nice.
out. Furry whore. Look at you.
Oh my god.
You don't
I
give
think
a
I'm putting this dumb
fuck.
cat to sleep. I think I'm putting this dumb cat to sleep. Oh, fuck me. I'm putting this dumb cat to sleep.
You're putting my dog to sleep. Look at that face.
Alright, roommates. Alright, Luke. Alright, Luke. You drooled on me. You're a drooler. It's gross for a cat.
He drool on you. Cats drool? What?
Oh yeah, dude.
What?
You've never seen a drooling cat? Oh,
Hey,
dude.
all the cats that I've had have been either proper gentlemen and or proper ladies, okay?
Oh no. No, dude, they're drooling cats. They're hilarious.
Mm,
It's cute to a point. When it's constant, like a faucet, it's gross. But when
mm,
it's like, dude, when you get them like that, like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh ha 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 ha.
mm,
It's like, oh yeah, that's cute. You know what I mean? It's like when you can tell when they're
mm.
totally comfortable. It's my roommate's cat.
You're putting my dog to sleep, man. Look at that face.
I gotta edit. I'm gonna have to edit this video. This is gonna get weird with all sorts of
Nah,
animal porn
nah.
going on right
We
now.
should leave the pets in for views, for sure.
All right, so we were Hector.
Uh, we were traveling to the Knoll camp.
Yeah, you
Excuse
were
me.
traveling to the north to the Knoll camp.
Hmm.
After a couple of hours of bullshitting and camaraderie, you do make your way up to. And let me do this.
All right, Hector. I have a plan for this.
I'll do this real quick. What kind of plan you got?
Okay.
As you
So,
guys, as you're making your way, you can see what looks to be uh, tree. You can see a couple of trees with some boards and some really shanty, very what looks to be a fence is horrible. You can see through it. Um, uh, you know what I mean? It's definitely not a defensible. It's not any sort of wall of defense. It looks more like a distraction, very sloppily put together, sort of thing going on. Which you can clearly tell is the kobold encampment.
all right, Hector.
What you go?
So, this may be a very terrible fortress, but as flimsy as these walls are, they may have numbers on their side. So, you and me, we're going to try and get inside, bribe them, other types of peaceful ways, okay? But they start getting jumpy and anxious on us, right? Then we start dominating, all right? We start pulling power plays. We go, we're here from the orc encampment. Give us your lumber, or we slaughter all of you. Or, and this is a big or to prove our worth and the value in our words in trying to be a team with the lot of you. We want to face your two strongest warriors, your chief and his second. And if we beat them, the rest of the gnolls do what we say. Sound like fun?
Oh, I mean, I'll follow your lead. That sounded like more brains than I've got.
Very well then. You wouldn't happen to have a spare shield on you, would you? I'm kind of, I got a bad hip. I don't move very fast. I need some extra, something to get in the way of arrows before they hit me.
Oh, I ain't got no extra shield.
Fair. You're a mace guy. That's fine. That's fair.
I mean, I mean, I'd like to help you if I can, but I don't have an extra shield.
Maybe we'll find one. I'll grab one of theirs. Yeah, that should work. All right, you ready?
I mean, I'm gonna follow your lead, and he's got a mace in one hand.
Nah,
You can see it
tuck that like under your arm real quick.
Oh, oh, are you saying going here unarmed?
Not unarmed, just not, you know. We're going in peaceful to negotiate, but if anything gets out of hand, it's there. Right?
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, and he takes it and he puts it up under his arm, and you can see it's very visible, sticking out. And he's walking down the arm and he has one arm free swinging and the other arm pinched up against his body, holding that mace.
Is he left or right-handed?
He's right-handed.
So it's pinched up under his left arm?
Under his right arm. So he can reach up and grab it with his left and just drop it and grab it with his right arm. Like sort of a easy transition.
If it's easier for him, by all means. Okay.
No, I guess it would be. Yeah, I guess it would be up underneath his left arm. Yeah, I guess you would be right. Yep. Sorry, thinking about that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We approach within 20 feet of the gate. Any reaction?
You see a couple of gnolls walking. Where is the gate here? The gate here is right here, and you see one gnoll.
All right. Let me take
got, in one hand, you can see a crossbow.
I'm gonna take in this map real quick.
And in the other hand, you can see a hatchet.
Ooh.
And he barks in Knoll at you. Do you understand? No?
Knoll is not a language. Fun fact. Knolls should speak Common and Draconic.
Alright, well then he speaks, do you speak Draconic?
I do. Fun fact.
Nice. You hear him barking out. Stay off our land. We have not encroached on yours. Do not encroach on ours. We have our own problems. Don't add to them.
Which one is saying that?
You can see this person right here.
This guy here at the tree line?
Yep.
Okay. So that is the gate, presumably.
Yep, you can
right?
see as you can hear this voice coming, you can see what looks to be in the branches and in the twigs and in the brush. What looks to be some sort of little gate there.
Okay. Chris, real quick. The last name Blood Oak is also the title for like the entire clan, yeah? Of orcs.
Yes.
Okay. I will take 2 steps forward, look up in the tree line at the knoll, and reply in Draconic. We are emissaries from Clan Blood Oak. We wish for peace and for trade amongst you and yours for the lumber. That's all.
You go to leave your weapons outside. You leave your weapons outside, you can come in.
Lower yours.
You see the knoll, like, lower the crossbow.
Hexar.
I'm not leaving my maces anyway.
Then
Staying
stay out
right
here.
with me. In my person, right here. Can't see it.
You can totally see it. Kind knoll friend. What is your name?
Gat Thuck.
Gatthuk?
Yeah.
I may have mispronounced that, I'm sorry. No.
And who are you, so I can announce you if you're coming into the town? If you're coming into our settlement? Emissaries of the Blood Oak Orc tribe.
I understand. It's very difficult to pronounce. I am Darius. And this is Hector.
Oh, well, hello.
Greetings.
I've never seen a gnoll before. They're quite. They look like hyenas. They're weird.
Hector, they're like dragon folk hyenas. Okay? Like, take it easy.
Yeah, but they're weird looking.
I think they're kind of cute, actually.
All right, well.
I mean, they could be, in my mind, when I've read them in legends and stories, I've always akin them to the Anubian folk of the...
So you've never seen one of these before?
Chris, have I seen one of these before?
No.
No, I haven't, actually. They're,
Ah, you mean
I don't
trusting one of these things?
I don't see what's so
one of
bad
them
about
before. I mean, I'm
I've heard-
definitely not giving up my mace now. And he grabs his mace.
Well, then stay out here. I'll go in alone.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Leave your maces, or come with me and be my bodyguard. Your fists are as strong as those, aren't they?
Well, I'm pretty strong. But I do like my maces.
They're not going any. Your maces aren't going anywhere. Here, tuck them over by that tree, and let's make a deal with them. It's what the it's what the chieftain's son wants.
And you can see him shaking his head, or like he's scratching his head because he's having a nervous tick, and he just drops the maces on the ground. I'm gonna leave him right here by the front door.
I'll
So if I come running out, they're right here.
Hector, why don't I put them in my backpack? They'll be safe and sound right in there. And if you need one, I can whip it out and hand it over to you. Just stay close to me. It'll be fine.
Fine. Fine.
Yeah?
Fine.
Hey, we got this, okay? We're gonna be okay.
Still think they look weird.
I mean, yeah, of course they're weird. They're talking little dragon folk. But that doesn't mean that they haven't built up this encampment, this settlement, as they call it, from nothing for nothing, all right? They deserve our tolerance. They've done good things here. They've struggled, as orcs have struggled, and that's to be respected.
Well,
Yeah?
yeah,
Yeah?
I can understand that.
Okay.
I'm for people that have been beaten up before. Still
I
think
mean,
they
yeah.
look weird.
Orcs have been beaten up for a couple centuries, and
That's all we do is get beaten up.
yeah, and they're half our size. How much do you think they get beaten up? Twice as much. Exactly.
Oh, well, sorts. I mean, but that one is, he looks pretty big from over here. I mean,
Well, that's because he's closer
Anyway.
to you.
Anyway, I guess I'll just follow you.
Okay. Okay. Are you good?
As long as you're not too far, not too far from my maces, I'll be all right.
Okay. If anything, I'll lend you my Morning Star.
Ooh.
Who knows? You may like it better. So I'm going to pick up his maces and put them in my bag of holding.
Okay.
And I'm going to take my own Morning Star and tuck it in the backpack as well. And in Draconic, to Gatvok, I'll announce, very well, thank you for your patience. Weapons are away.
Can you go ahead and give that a friendship knot? That way, it's a knot. That way, once you tie it, I can hit a little thing on it, and I can tell if you've untied it and brought out your weapons while you've been in town.
It's in my backpack. It's
Exactly.
fully stowed away.
Well, no, this way I know that we can tell if you've opened your backpack in case anything happens in town. It's just disqualifies you if your bag hasn't been opened. We can be able to tell.
All right. 1 second. Uh, Hector, do you have any spare leather? Like some strips, a lace,
He
a
pulls a.
bind?
You see him pull a piece, unbraid a bit of his goatee or his goat, and says, "Here you go, a friendship note. It's just a note." And then they cast a simple enchantment on it, and they can tell if you've if the note has actually been undone or not. That's it. It's not going to lock anything. It's just that way they can tell if you've been violent or not in town.
What kind of enchantment? I don't think I know that spell in particular. I'm quite curious to actually learn it. But okay, I'll take the cordage, bind the straps of the top flap of my bag of holding, knot it tight, I guess.
If your
And
weapons are in there, we'll go ahead and trust it. And as you nod it, and as you pass this knoll, you can see him bring out what looks to be it looks like a little sewing needle, and sort of tap it, and you can see it like a glow go around it.
does he mutter anything as he does that?
He does not, and just sort of looks at you and says, "If it's been untied, we'll know. 'Tis all."
Can I glean from a glance as we pass by what the needle is made of?
Make an investigation check. Or
Heck yeah, I
Arcana.
will. I'll do Arcana. Mm, uh, 19.
You can clearly tell that whatever it is, it's expensive metal. I don't know if you've had any encounters with adamantine before, but
Darius would not have, actually.
so you can clearly tell it's looks like a very expensive and dense, polished metal, but
Hmm. Seems like
you
just,
can clearly tell it's way above your pay grade.
seems like platinum to me. Okay. And in doing so, we're allowed to enter.
Yes.
All right. I'll lead. Actually, Chris, the trees form a barrier. Can you put us inside the encampment?
I can. Yeah, give me 1 second here.
Safeguarding.
Coming into the encampment, you can see one, two, three, four. You can see four gnolls and a couple of hyenas in the camp. You can also see tents, what looks to be a kitchen area. Um, it looks to be a small community, and in the middle you can see a river, and where they're bringing what you can see where they were bringing logs through here, supplying lumber farther down the river towards places like your tribe, and into the environment around there.
Mm-hmm.
But it is stopped up. You can see what looks to be chains thrown down across the logs in the river, all the way down to the very southern edge there. where it seems to fall off right before it hits the waterfall. But here you can see what looks to be a couple of black tentacles.
Black tentacles corralling the logs.
Yes, down there at the bottom, yes. Before they fall off into the water, before they fall through the dam or over the edge there, you can see black tentacles wrapped around some of the logs down there.
Does it seem like intentional or
It definitely doesn't look natural.
Most curious. Okay. um, Cat Doc, where can guests of your settlement, um, I guess, find your leaders to have a discussion about open trade?
It looks at you and points to this figure here.
Hold on one sec. Which figure? Okay.
You want to go talk to him. He's the boss. He's the boss around here. Glick talk.
Glick talk.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Gapok. And I will lead Hector around this structure and to the river edge here.
All right, and he follows you there.
How wide is the river?
What is that? 10 feet?
And it's not really a river.
See, hold on. Let's see.
It's a solid stream at best.
15 feet.
Still a solid stream. Okay. Upon approach, does it look like Glicktok is doing anything in particular?
No, he's over there. Looks to be. You can see him scrolling things in the sand. It seems to be scrolling things in the sand and then etching them out and wiping them out and starting again.
And just doing a cursory glance around. How does it seem like this settlement is developing?
I mean, it could be in better condition, but it doesn't look to be in bad condition at all.
Like laying around, do they have proper tools for shaping the wood that they've collected into huts or tents?
You have to make an investigation check on that.
Okay. Yeah. Investigation? Ew. Just a 9.
I mean, as far as they're making do. I mean, as far as you can tell, they've got all the tools and equipment they need.
Yeah.
You're clueless.
Fair. Alright. Hector. Real quick. Without your maces, could you take on a hyena?
I mean, I could probably grapple one. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could kill it. I could kill a simple puppy. But is that what we really want to do here? Oh, I mean, there is a couple of them, and if you don't remember, there is a giant thing in the middle down there that is tentacles holding logs down there. I mean, you do remember that, right?
Oh, there you are.
See that? And he is pointing directly down to the south, where you can see where there's the like a dam, and you can clearly see what looks to be black tentacles wrapped around a couple of the logs.
Sorry, Chris, I just now hear you.
I mean, I'll go back and everything, but you do see that thing down there in the river, right? Big thing down there with big black tentacles down there holding some logs. I don't know what's going on here. All I see is that, and I think that I really want me maces.
Fair enough.
The Knoll
All right,
looks at both of you and backs up and says, "Don't. It'll cause more damage than it won't. It's not a good idea."
Wait, who is saying this?
The Knoll says that as Hector says that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to make it mad. It's going to cause more damage than it doesn't.
The Noel Garthok or Glicktok?
Glicktok.
Oh, the leader is addressing us.
No, I'm sorry, the other one. I'm sorry. My bad.
Okay. Garthok. Okay. Don't mess with the tentacles, else it causes trouble. But but Gathok mentioned that there were troubles in camp in general, and we have yet to get specifics about that. Okay.
You hear threats of violence, and yet no weapon pulled. Amazing. For orcs.
Glicktok, I presume?
Yes.
Well, pleasure to meet you. I am Darius Bloodoak. I have been sent to persuade you and yours to allow a flow of lumber to the orc encampment. How can I help make that happen?
Should you take care of the tentacled beast at the dam?
Oh. The tentacled beast is not of your conjuring?
Tentacle beast been causing problems for weeks. One log here, one log there. Now, complete jam.
Hmm. Okay.
We supply you lumber. You supply protection. We work together.
Hmm.
God's gone silent.
That is, from what I understand, a separate matter from this beast in your river. Sadly to say. But we are here to help.
Goddess would have taken care of.
Sorry, Chris, I didn't quite catch that.
Goddess would have taken care of.
Got us, right. Mm-hmm. Well, instead of prayers, maybe now is the time for willpower and force.
You take care of?
Yes. In exchange for lumber.
Yes. Agreed. We make lumber flow free. Again down the river. You take care of tentacle beast.
Allow us our weapons within camp.
Agreed.
Provide one warrior to verify our actions and possibly help.
The Knoll thinks about it for a second and says, agreed.
Name your champion then.
Okay. This Knoll comes rushing up. Not going anywhere where I thought it was going to go. It's okay.
Where did you want this to go, Chris?
This is not where I wanted it. Well, I mean, I didn't say I wanted it to go anywhere here, but saying
Hey.
this is not where I expected it to go.
You said I was a master of words and of diplomacy, and here we are.
So yeah, you see, the Knoll turn around and whistle, and you can another Knoll walks forward, holding a short sword. You can clearly tell it's female and young. The name is Falderall.
Can you spell that?
Faderal. Falderall.
Nice.
Yeah, you like that?
Mm-hmm. Hopefully she's just as useful as Faendal from Skyrim. No product placement? Okay.
no one's sponsoring me, bro. Sorry.
Shout out to God,
no,
Howard.
No plugs here.
Mm,
Nothing there for
mhm.
me. All right, actually, hey, let's take 2 minutes. I need 2 minutes for it. I need to find something to eat. Watching you much. I need 2 minutes.
Forgive me, I'm a snacker. What do you want?
All right, I need 2 minutes.
Hit him with the snack attack. What's up, chat? Hope you guys are good. Taking it easy on this late Monday night. Such a weird time for D&D, but it's the time that works for us. So, you know. Thanks for showing up. Hope y'all are enjoying the diplomacy. The diplomacy, the arrogance, the muscles. You know. Mm. You guys should post what you guys are snacking on while you're watching us at like 3 in the morning. I'd be curious to know. Mm. 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 Tuesday.
This is not good. All right. All right. Where were we, sir? Sorry about that.
So me, Hector, and Fotoro were gearing up to go and harass this tentacle monster.
If y'all are ready, I mean, and you can see Hector reaches over and to the bag of holding and reaches in and grabs both his maces and goes, "Oh, I'm more than ready. Oh, now I'm more than ready. More than ready."
Hector, first off, undo the bindings, and second off, it's my backpack, okay? At least ask.
Oh, he didn't. He undid the bindings and just reached right in and grabbed for his gloves. Sorry, I mean we're gonna. I saw that thing down. That thing's creepy as fuck. Did you see it?
I mean, I saw bits and pieces of it, but, you know, I've seen, like, fire newts. It's not that strange.
Oh, I've seen fire newt. I can't say I've ever seen an octopus that's that big before.
Are you a warrior or a leather binder? Okay? Get your shit together.
And you can see him hold the two maces in front of him and say, let's do it. Oh, I'm brave enough. Let's go.
You really ready? You really ready? You got this, bro?
And he starts walking defiantly ahead of you.
Mm-hmm. Fodero. With us?
I'll have your back. As long as my clan, what we have here, is more important.
For both of our clans. for all of our family. Let's deal with this. And I pick up pace with Hector.
All right.
Let's go fight a creepy tentacle thing.
Yeah, coming up, it only takes you it takes you just a moment to catch up to Hector, who is coming around that beachfront there, and where you can see that bunches of logs, you can see this tentacle thing. You don't see what it is. You can see tentacles wrapped around the pieces of lumber, the floating lumber. That is creepy as fuck.
Chris, it's kind of barricaded.
Hold on one second.
We're gonna be approaching from the left side.
Hold on here. One
Hmm.
second.
Was this map designed for me to cross the river?
There you are. You down here.
Also, I'm not seeing tentacles.
Yeah, there's no tentacles there. I didn't.
No token?
Hold on. All right, hold on one second. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. We're gonna go back to the.
That's fine. I'm eating
We'll go
pizza
back to the. We'll go
flavored.
back to the group there. We'll take it away from the map for 1 second here. Hold on. I got tentacles, bro.
Bro, it's too early in the morning for a dick joke like that. Alright, relax.
No, I'm gonna get in trouble for dick jokes tomorrow. Sorry, it's already in the works.
Yeah, you can't edit that out. No.
No, you can't.
Tentacles. Hey, there we go. Woo!
It's a little big, but whatever.
In reality, though, it's like, 10 by 10.
That's what she said. There you go.
Hmm.
Yeah, so as you approach, what you see are a couple of massive tentacles wrapped around the woods there, the lumber. Why is that one not moving? There you go.
Hmm.
There's only one play at a time.
Yeah. Seems like it.
Alright, well. Yeah, that one's gonna. Yeah, you're gonna see wrapping tentacles around the pieces of lumber down there as you approach. And again, you hear Hector. That's creepy as fuck. It's completely gross.
Could be worse.
Are you sure? I mean, we don't even know what it's attached to. You want me to hit it?
Hmm. Let me hit it first. And from 30 feet away? Yeah?
You tell me you snap it. Snap it, bro.
Alright. Let's move my character. From 20 feet away, over here, next to all of them, I want to strike out at this first one here with just a simple ray of frost. Uh, 23 to hit.
That is enough.
Enough for its AC.
Yeah, that's enough for a hit, yes.
7 points of frost damage, and its movement, if it has any, is reduced by 10 feet.
Okay.
Please don't let this thing move. I mean, I can keep blasting at it from afar if you guys want to hang back for the main attraction, so to speak.
And as you hit it, you can see it becoming more agitated. Scrooge! You can see the tentacles lashing out around. No
Both
one's in
tentacles?
range of it, so, I mean...
Is it grasping towards us?
It's like a tentacle, like a whipping tentacle would be.
Right, but it's not
no
like...
one's in range, so it really couldn't tell where the shot was fired from.
Hmm. It doesn't look like it can reach us from over here. Fodero, do you have a crossbow? Or a bow and arrow?
I do.
You want to take a shot or two at that thing?
It looks at you and says, "You're just gonna hit it." Yes, I am. And he fires his crossbow at it. A 10 is not enough. Yeah, he misses, and sort of looks at you and says, I mean, I could fire again if you want."
Sure. And Hector, why don't you try firing at it with this? And I'll hand over my heavy crossbow and bolts. And share arrows that I've collected with Fodero.
Hector looks at you and says, "Oh, I don't know how to use that one of those things. I know how to use these. You're telling me we can attack," and he just goes, "Oh, I'm just gonna run right up," and he just starts running directly towards the tentacle. And runs up and smacks at it one time. His first, well, it's a solid 9. It's not going to hit. Second is a dirty 20, which will hit. So you see him run up with these maces, and the first strike misses, and the second strike he comes across and smacks this thing, and you can tell he clearly hits it hard. For 9 points of damage. Yeah, he's run right up on it. So I'm going to say it's going to be your turn at this point, Darius, and then we're going to roll for initiative.
My turn? Okay. I want to come down this way up to this later tentacle. Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and do Ram's Binding Ice. To do 30-foot cone, 2 tentacles, and maybe this other knoll over here needs to make a con save.
Does that involve people that are? Can you cone that for me? I mean, I got a cone token. Here's what I'll do. Where is it?
How do I do the line again? Can you see the lines that I'm drawing?
Where are you at?
I'm down at like the base of the bottom tentacle. Yeah, I want to kind of this way.
Is that 15 feet or is that 20 feet?
Should be 30 feet. And like rotated the opposite way.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, 30-foot cone.
That might be a little big.
I mean, it's a good fucking spell.
Alright, we want to invert it.
Really? That's yeah, that's a bit big. Yeah.
Alright, 1 second here.
Yeah. So if you see the red triangle,
Is that about right on the map?
Yeah, roughly.
All right.
But it'd be nice to have it angled in a way where it doesn't hit Hector. That'd be great.
Oh, come on, man.
I know, right?
Silly
33,
mouse.
33-degree angles.
All right, so we'll say that we'll say that misses Hector
Awesome.
right there.
So I need the
You're
two
able to blast
tentacles.
both the tentacles.
Yeah, both the tentacles to make what is it? Con saves? Con saves.
What kind of damage is it?
Cold damage.
Okay. So one got a 12, one got a natural 20.
Okay.
So what was the DC?
DC is 13.
You can tell even with the one that failed it, it didn't do quite the damage that it was supposed to do.
Okay. Then the the one that failed takes 4 points of cold damage.
Yep.
The one that succeeded takes 2. The one that failed is hindered by ice
Okay.
and is immobile for a minute or until it uses its action to break free of the ice
Okay.
or gets assistance in doing so.
Interesting. All right.
Yep. Let's see here. Do I notice it take less damage?
Yes. Clearly.
Okay. Then I will then use my reaction. Hold on. No, I'll hold off on that actually. Okay. Did it seem to take full damage from the other types of injuries it has sustained so far?
From what you've seen, yes.
Okay. And its turn is after mine, technically. Yeah.
Yeah, you were the last turn, then we're going to roll initiative.
Alright, yeah. Then I'll save it. That's fine. Alright.
So as you do that, as your spell, you can see this one tentacle encased in ice. Roll initiative.
Yeah. Ooh. Huh. Wow.
What did you roll?
Yikes. Nat 1, buddy.
Ooh. Ooh.
Hmm.
Nope.
Dice gods are not playing around.
Oh, killing it. Where's the turn order on this new? Oh god. There we are.
Hold on.
He's not a hobgoblin. That's alright.
Alright. I'm in turn order.
That one, that one. Where's dummy? Oh, there's dummy. Oops. Where's Noel? Because Noel was down here with you guys too.
You can get rid of that effect. That was just a one-time thing. It's not concentration.
Nice. Oh, now you're gonna make me angry.
Hmm.
He came with you guys too. This is 7. For him. For legs here. Well,
Is that a good or bad wow?
I'll let you look at the turn order and figure that one out.
That was really good. I hope that token is on our side.
Nope, that's the tentacles.
Oh, well fuck me.
So as you run up and you do that, the first
Wait,
tentacle.
there should be right. Right, only 4.
One tentacle got captured by the ice. The other tentacle did not.
Right. So there's only 4 tokens then. For the time being.
Should be right.
I mean, if you're rolling each tentacle separately, it would be 5 total.
No, there's only There's only 2 tentacles, and I'm rolling that. I rolled them together.
Okay. That makes sense. So yeah, they have top of the round.
So as the one is frozen over, as you crack freeze the ice and the water around the one, the other uses its action, and you see it slam down on the ice and the water around it, breaking it free.
Okay.
And it only has 1 action per turn. It really can't move. So it is the other one's turn. And it is going to lash out at this knoll over here because it is the closest one that it sees or that it senses.
I was going to say, the tentacle has eyeballs?
And that's a 10, and that's not enough to hit a knoll. So it misses. And that'll bring us to Haltalk's turn. Or Haktar. And he is going to run right up to this tentacle and he is going to swing at it. With a 21 to hit. Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Woo!
So yeah, he slams it and then he's going to try to hit it again. And that is not enough. So yeah, he hits it for 8 points of damage. And that'll bring us to the knoll that accompanied you guys down here.
Her name is Fodero.
And she is going to fire her crossbow.
Dang straight she is.
For a solid
Plus 10.
11, that is not enough.
Plus
That's
10 for a
all
dirty 20.
she can do. So that'll bring us to you, Darius.
Which one's encased by? Which one is freed from ice?
The one to the top left
Okay.
has been recently freed from ice. Was the one that was frozen that was freed from ice.
Okay. Okay. In that case, I'm going to point at a rock, mutter some words, draw my hand forward towards the tentacle in front of me, and cast Catapult. I need the tentacle in front of me to make a dexterity saving throw of less than 13.
That's a solid 9.
It's gonna fail. And, yeah. It's gonna take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, you can see this thing boom, and you can see it swell up a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be too phased. You can definitely tell you bruised it, but you didn't.
And then I'm going to move 20 feet back away from this thing.
You know you risk an opportunity attack, correct?
Yeah.
And it is going to take it. Does a 24 hit?
Yeah.
I get to roll 2 of those, my bad. So you, oh wow, really? You take 3 points of damage as this tentacle slaps you on the way out the door.
Alright.
Wow. That was horrible. I still need to figure out this roll 20.
I have really good luck.
Apparently.
crossing my fingers earlier actually helped.
All right, would you like to do anything else, sir?
Uh, hmm, 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 hmm. Do, do. No, I'm good.
All right, with it being the bottom of the round, you feel the ground beneath you begin to tremor just a little bit. Ahead of you, the the dam that seems to fall off into I mean, it seems to fall off for a while. You can see the two beds of the river flowing to each side, but there's a significant drop off. You feel the ground begin to tremor a little bit, and you can see it start to crack a little bit. And you
Yeah.
can see the sprouting of another black tentacle.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that'll bring us to the top of the round. And this tentacle here is going to lash out again at this goblin who is trying to run away with the hyena.
With the knoll. Yeah.
No, the gnoll is trying to run away with the hyena. Sorry, my bad.
Hmm. Wait, they didn't get a turn?
No, he was knocked down. He was prone for the whole thing.
Well, he was struck at and, like, engaged in combat unwillingly, so he didn't get up in 6 seconds?
All right, so he got up.
Okay.
And seeing what's going on around him, he's trying to make his way out. But unfortunately, this thing sucks at its attacks because it's a solid like 10.
Mm-hmm.
So that one will miss. But this one down here, especially with Hector fucking clubbing it, is going to lash out at him with a 16, and that will be enough to hit. And you can see it bashes Hector for 8 points of damage, and he sort of, is that all you got? Is that all you got? And still with his maces out.
Mm-hmm.
And
Nice.
you can see, like I said, you can see the beginnings of two more tentacles breaking out down here now. At the edge of the where the water falls off there, and that'll bring us to Hector's turn, who's just going to try to club that thing again. With a solid nat 1 for his first attack. And that's not going to be enough either. He rolled a 4. I don't care how you doll that up, that's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
The gnoll is going to
do something creative and epic to save her people from this menace.
The knoll will actually begin to run away.
Do they take an opportunity attack? Because this tentacle has like a 10-foot reach or something.
It does try to take an opportunity attack.
Hmm.
Nope, 13 is enough to hit.
Really? He's going to need some armor.
You see that knoll, as it begins to run away, get whipped by the end of the tentacle. And you can see the knoll just almost trip over itself, but not really. But you can see where it's got whipped really good. I'm going to bring us to you, sir.
Hmm. 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 How's Hector looking?
Hector looks good.
Like good, or just okay?
Oh, he looks good.
But like good.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm just gonna do another catapult, just an errant little sharp-looking chunk of log. Sling it towards the first tentacle that I was going for.
All right, which one was that?
The bottom one
All right.
needs to make a deck save.
That's a 15.
Success. It takes nothing. Sadly.
You see that, what did you throw?
Just a chunk of log.
You see that chunk of log slam into that makeshift dam there, and you can hear it slip, crack.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Then I guess the dam takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
I already accounted for that.
Mm-hmm. Nice. That's my turn. Yeah.
All right.
I like how nothing got done this round. We all just sort of missed each other.
Come on, man. What you see happen at this point, at the bottom of the round, is there's two other tentacle spores erupt out of the ground and begin lashing out.
Mm-hmm.
And this one here is going to attack. Oh yeah. It's definitely going to attack Hector.
Can I reach from there?
Yep, that was 10 feet. It's got a 15-foot reach.
Mm.
17. What's his armor? That is a nice. Yep, that is not enough. Okay. Okay. That was the one attacking. This nose made its way out. That was not. Actually, this other one is within range of Hector, right? Right. Yeah, so this other tentacle is going to attack Hector as well. That was an 18. That is enough to hit. That is, you see Hector slam for as his tentacle reaches around and whips around and smacks him, spam, and smacks him hard for 7 points of damage.
Mm.
At this point, he's looking. That didn't look. That you can definitely tell that bloodied him up just a bit.
Mm. Okay.
And Hector is going to react by trying to slug this thing.
Mm.
Ooh,
As
that is
part
a
of
nat 20 on the second hit on his bonus action on his second hit.
so this is his turn.
Yeah.
Mm. Let me check something real quick. Okay. Sure. Continue. Roll some damage.
So what you see happen is he comes around and smashes this thing hard, and you can see that the mace just bruises, and you can tell it's spineless, but you can see it has enough momentum to jerk this whole thing around, and you can see the ground around the edge of the dam area start to creak and crack as he hit this tentacle enough to move it along the ridge line where you can see the ground start to give way.
Mm. Okay.
bring us to the Null's turn. He will shoot a fire for, yeah, it's a solid 2. That'll bring us to you, Darius. And yeah, this one tentacle is dead. By the way.
Which one?
Hold on.
This one?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Let's see here. Hmm. 10-foot circle. Ah. Okay, okay. We're gonna do a little bit of Plan C for my turn. Within 60 feet, I'm gonna cast Wither and Bloom. That's a 10-foot circle centered at the middle of the dam itself. I need the 2 tentacles to make a Constitution save.
All right, can you ping with this what you're doing here? What spell?
Yeah. Yeah. Range of 60 feet, 10-foot sphere. So I'm damaging the 2 tentacles. They need to make a con save. On a fail, they take 2d6 and half as much on a successful one. One creature of my choice that is in the area, namely Hector, can spend one of its hit dice if it has class levels and regain a number of hit points equal to that roll, plus my spell modifier, which is +3.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm damaging the 2 tentacles and healing him a bit, potentially.
All right, so they rolled a 16 Constitution saving throw.
And the other tentacle?
Ooh, that's a solid 8.
That's going to be a fail.
All right.
So one of them takes 3 points of damage, the other takes the full 6. And Hector, if he has class levels, gets to heal by 1 roll of his hit die, +3.
All right. You can see him sort of in a roll. Yeah, you can see him. Oh, yeah. You are the man. You're the man.
Uh-huh.
And the other one takes half, right?
One takes half, one takes the full 6. Yeah.
All right.
And Hector heals 11. And That's my turn.
All right, so you see these tentacles, massive, coming out of the ground, erupting and getting the two that were in the back are getting bigger, and you can see the ground starting to split. Almost not strong enough to carry the load. And they will start. The one will move. Well, they can't move on land, so that one's gonna move up here. Actually, well, yeah, it can. It's gonna burrow up through the ground and come up here. And it is going to attack Hector. With a solid 6. Wow. Wow. It's awesome. That's how you make combat so thrilling. This one is going to rip up through the earth and move up here and try to attack Hector as well. That's a 17. That is not enough. This other one is going to move over here and try to attack the knoll. Come on, man. Alright. It's a solid 7, 8. Brings to him. What is he going to do? He's going to attack the tentacle right in front of him. Ooh, that's going to score a hit. Yeah, so Hector hits with the first mace attack. And with the second as well.
Whoop.
Nice. Alright. The knoll is going to continue backing out, being out of range of opportunity. Says, if you can take care of it, we'll have your back. And backs up.
She's not going to take a pot shot while she's running?
And, you know, she will.
Yeah.
10 is not going to be enough. That'll bring us to Darius.
Great. Hmm. What can I spare? Yeah. I'll point at a stone and huck it, doing another catapult. So the one in front of me, I need to make a deck save.
That's going to be a 14.
Dang. I was so close to such good damage, too. That's a success. It takes 10?
Which one are you hitting?
The one in front of me. This guy. Hold on. Yeah, this guy.
All right. So as you hit it, you can see it reach back as it takes that impact. You see it, and you can see it smashing lumber, and you can see the ground again start to more cracks evolve from that area there. The ground is becoming increasingly unstable.
Mm-hmm. Is it still alive?
Yes.
How badly wounded does it look?
I mean, this tentacle looks pretty bruised and battered.
Okay. Hmm. Wait. Catapult is bludgeoning damage?
It is.
But its turn is after mine. That's sad. Yeah. That's my turn. Sorry. I had to think of semantics for a second there.
All right. What happens here is the ground around the edge there where that water, that dam is, looks like it's starting to give way. You can see these tentacles flashing in and flapping around in the water and on the ground, or coming up from the ground, and they seem to just sort of pull back as you can see that the ground is becoming more and more unstable, and they pull back just a little bit, and as they begin to fall back, you can see them disappear under the ground. You can see the earth start to shift just a little bit, falling towards the water. At this point,
Okay.
you are now out of initiative
Oh.
as you see these tentacles retreat down into the depths. But the ground beneath your feet in this entire area shifts, thunk, almost like an Indiana Jones movie. Seems to shift and drop just a little bit and become unstable.
Okay. But the dam issue in and of itself, with
It's
some
still there.
fortifications, is resolved?
Yeah, the tentacles are gone. The dam is still
Okay.
there, but it doesn't look to be functioning at all.
Yeah, it's like not protected anymore, not held in place as much.
And the fact that there is a bunch of holes punched in the earth around it and through the riverbed with from these giant tentacles. But you do not see the logs being tied up anymore.
Nice. All right. I'll call across the way. Hector, are you okay?
Did you see that I hit that giant fucking tentacle?
Yeah, you took one down. Good job, buddy. Look at you.
I hit that thing really hard.
Back when I remember you, you could barely hit a butterfly with a net. And now look what you've done. We need to tell the others about this, for sure. You defeated a sea monster on land. Look at you. They're not going to believe it.
It's awesome, but you know my feet getting wet, and looking over, you can see that as he's standing there, you can watch. You can all but see his feet sinking down in the muck. You can see that area there where the dam is, that that the holes and the structural damage done underground, that this whole area is about to give way.
All right, let's go further upriver. We got to report the good news to the leader.
Well, what do you mean the leader? I mean, he's right here. I mean, we got him right here. He isn't going too far.
No, I mean, let's get out of this, what is now becoming quicksand. Like, you just spent the past 5 minutes fighting some peril, only to find yourself, sinking down towards the waterfall, my friend. Let's back up and go.
I mean, all right, if you say so. I mean, you're like an elder.
I am an elder.
I know, you're so old.
And you're less hurt than you.
That's because you stayed in the back. Oh, I ran up with my maces.
And look how hurt you are. It's having courage and being stupid all depend on what you're willing to protect. Okay?
I mean, I'm just saying, I put a pretty good hurting on my maces. I think I did more hurting than you did.
May be fair, but I also kept you from getting less hurt with my magic spells. You're welcome.
No, I mean, if you say so. So do we help those gnolls?
Yeah, we helped them. We need to report back. We're gonna say the job's done. We fixed it for you. Hold up your end of the deal. Lend us the wood and let's be trade partners. Yep, that's what we're gonna do.
All right. So you want me to lead the way, or you want to lead the way?
I'll lead the way.
All right. I'll follow you. Should I have my maces in my hand to make myself look like I'm intimidating?
Tuck them both under your arms, and if needed, we'll put them back in the pack. Until we leave.
You can see him, and he looks like a chicken as he's walking down the road. He's got a mace under each arm as he's making his way down the road.
Perfect. All right, we make our way to the north end of the settlement. If you could shift the tokens.
Oh shit! My bad. As you make your way towards the northern end of the encampment, you see an old gnoll walk out of a tent. Such sacrifice has not been seen between gnolls and orcs for over a century.
Such trust hasn't been seen much either between our clans. I'd like to see this relationship foster, continue, and grow ever stronger.
As would I. And you see him, this gnoll, reach out his hand.
I shake it.
And as you shake it, you, this is where I'm really gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
Everything starts to become blurry and foggy.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to kill a spider real quick.
As you shook this gnoll's hand, everything becomes blurry and foggy for just a moment. Foggy, drowsy,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, uh,
You still there, buddy?
I am still there. As you, like I said, as you shake this gnoll's hand,
Mm-hmm.
you it's almost like a weird trip.
Mm.
It's almost like you're waking up from a dream. And you're standing there looking at the you're looking at your mentor.
Mm.
The person that first started training you when you were a child. The first person you always wanted to impress as you were growing up.
Okay.
And he looks at you and says, "You, boy, have a choice to make. You can go home and see your daughter for a time, or you will choose her life over yours for eternity." which shall it be?
You're lucky you asked me. As ripened in age as I am, my thoughts nowadays are always towards the horizon, towards what legacy I have built and will leave behind, regardless of when. Five years sooner, I would have had a different answer for you. But tonight, it's the latter. I choose my daughter's life in memorial, her perseverance, and I trust in the wisdom that I've given her in the time that I have had with her, not in what I could have. That is my answer.
Self-sacrifice is the true answer.
If it means protecting those who I care about, then of course, it is what's necessary in dire hours, after all.
The Noel walks forward and hands you what looks to be an exquisite flower.
Do I recognize the flower?
You do not. It says this will tie the bonds of our races. For this conflict to come, for the next foreseeable future, we will work in alliance. You are an honorable man.
Thank you for saying so. I'll admit, it took a while to get this far. A lot of arrogance and brashness and too many enemies and too many losses. But I still stand, ready to do what's right.
see the knoll, even though he's shorter than you, reach up and pound his chest twice and say, honor, family, blood, honor.
I mimic him and hammer my chest twice and give a slow, solemn nod.
Well, whatever you did there seems to, they seem to be sort of docile. I mean, something.
Pactor, we have earned their respect and cooperation. We should return to Ragnar and spread the good word.
Oh, well then, I'm all for that. Still think they're creepy looking.
But you bested most of it. That's something to be proud of. And I'm proud of you too. Thanks for assisting me and sticking by my side till the end.
Well, I was told by the clan chief to make sure I either came back with you dead or alive. Not gonna lie. I mean, now that we're through the thick of it,
Let's head back, shall we?
Well, you lead the way. I mean, I'm impressed. An old timer like you. I mean, wow.
I do have quite some experience.
And you casted spells. I've never seen an orc do that before.
Well, you can handle 2 maces at once. That's an impeccable feat in and of itself. Those things are heavy as shit.
I do hit with them pretty hard. No.
Mm-hmm.
And as you make your way back to the orc encampment, you can see that the river is flowing. You can see even in the hour it takes you to get back. You can see timber floating down the way. And Ragnar
Nice.
is waiting for you as you make your way back into the camp.
Nice.
Ragnar, you'd never believe it. Hector, I'll listen to you in just a few minutes. I would like to listen to our friend here, Darius. What do you have to report?
A truce has been settled. A favor paid in kind between our settlements. We have forged not only a bond of trust, but one built on respect and honor. It should not be underestimated. As a token of appreciation, they gave me this. And I'll show him the curious flower.
He takes it, looks at you, looks down at it, looks back at you again, and sighs. And you can see there's a little bit of sorrow in all of that. seems that we all have a calling, don't we, Darius?
Chris, can I make an insight check?
Sure. What are you making an insight check for?
To find out what exactly the fuck he means by that.
Sure. Go for it. It's gonna be insanely high because I didn't give anything away to that.
Nope. 10.
Yeah, no, you don't get anything from that at all.
Okay, destiny is calling in mysterious ways, apparently.
He looks at you, like I said, with sorrow. Looking at the flower, looking back at you, and he says, Darius,
Yes.
you can see sorrow on his face as he says that. As you can see him trying to, he wants to say something, he's just doesn't know how to say it. I have been told you have a choice.
I heard as much from an elder knoll. I gave an answer. But following through with it,
You can I know you are a wanted man. You can walk away now. Or proceed downward. And as he says it, he turns around and you can see that there's an old wooden chair sitting there unoccupied. Or you push that chair backwards and follow that path. Should you walk out this door, you can see your daughter again. Spend what time you can with her. Show her happiness that she has not seen since the day you disappeared. Or you walk down those steps. And hope that he can help you see your daughter again. The choice is yours. Oh, what the hell? Hold on, dude. I can't hear you.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh, my bad.
Hold on. Your imagery there was a little weird. You said there was a chair and then there were stairs? I'm confused.
There's a chair, and he said if you wish to move the chair, it would expose stairs leading down, and that maybe he could help you.
Or flee from the settlement,
See your
be a
daughter.
criminal, and see my kid.
Yep.
Give her what happiness I have left. Except happiness isn't given from a person to another. It's for one to cultivate for themselves in their own way. And one path would be for selfish reasons. The other for selfless ones. Darius moves the chair, revealing stairs.
Okay.
And looking around, breathing in the crisp, early morning air. Thinking of how many chances with his family he let slip through his grasp. He walks down the stairs, true to his choice.
Walking down, and this is only going to take another, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Holy crap. This is going to take another 15 or 20 minutes. Walking down the stairs, down what seems to be endless flights of stairs. You come to a flat. You can see a doorway. Through the doorway, you can see bright light coming through as if many torches are lighting the room beyond. You hear no sound. You can see nothing. The light is so bright from the inside you cannot see what is going on in there as you make your way down to the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
What would you like to do as you're on this landing with this bright light emanating from within this room on the other side of the doorway?
Just before I reach the landing, I want to remove my my bag of holding and lay my spellbook next to it. Take off my ring and place it on the book.
What class are you?
Hmm?
What class are you?
Wizard.
Okay.
Leaving behind my more important things. So that in this realm, at least, they might get passed along or find better use. And I proceed into the chamber.
What you see when you walk into the chamber is the biggest thing you've ever seen in your. You've never heard of anything so big. This, like, as a comparison, are you a Transformers guy?
Sure.
Like, imagine like Metroplex, like transforming in front of like, or like Unicron transforming in front of like Optimus Prime. This, what you're standing in front of is a massive, massive humanoid figure. It's a skeleton.
Hmm.
Bound in chains. As you enter, you can see it as motionless, but you can tell that its motionless eyes have a constant beat on you as you walk in. You can feel the consciousness of this thing, this massive being. As you enter.
Okay. I proceed forward towards the skeletal figure.
It does not move. It cannot move. You can see it, like I said, it's bound. Hands, feet, everywhere.
Hmm.
The chains look ancient. Everything about this chamber seems ancient.
I'll approach, stare up at the figure.
I feel sorrow in
And I feel a longing from you.
you. Yes. Long.
I was told you would be the key the masterful puppeteering hand to my fate.
I am no puppeteer. I cannot move. I merely guide souls where they want to be. I sense much yearning in you.
For a sole purpose. Yes, my priorities have changed. My eyes opened anew. I know now what I strive to protect at any cost.
And that is.
If it will secure my family, then the fate of the realms.
You are worthy.
I have been called chosen before. Are they one and the same?
You feel at this point burning. It almost feels as if your blood is burning and starting to burn inside of you. A magical energy crackling, bursting through your veins. And this is where we're going to leave off.
Okay. Interesting.
Hey, let me hit the